Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and you got to hear this from Michael Saylor, Bitcoin maxi through and through. But he is right on a few things here, in that if the banks start to, if the look, I've said 1,000 times on this channel, we all know that a government created Bitcoin, and the government knows exactly who Satoshi Nakamoto is. That's fact. We can prove it. We have the video. They're either going to allow it to, my concern has always been that they're going to kill it at the appropriate time. They still could. But they could allow it to live out in the wild as long as it doesn't infringe on the real new financial system, which is going to be built on digital assets that actually work, like XRP. So it may have been like I think that more or less it was a thing to herd the people in. But what he's saying here about the prices that it could go to if they allow it to live for any period of time is true. It could go to these places. I don't doubt that. And it's not a horrible thing to have that as a hedge. I will never own more Bitcoin than I do gold, but accumulating one Bitcoin, if they allow it to live, is not some bad hedge or whatever for me or anybody else. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just telling you. Listen to what he said.
I think there's three. Look, first of all, it's going up by a factor of 10 whether they fix any of the stuff, right? It's going to be a grind up by a factor of 10 just because gold is broken and Bitcoin's going to replace gold. And now everybody in the universe knows they need a non-sovereign store of value in the form of a bearer instrument. So now they're looking, the amount of stories. For last year, people said inflation may be coming. We're not sure. Now the mainstream narrative is flipped to inflation is here. You need an inflation hedge. So it's going to grind up to replace gold. It'll go to $500,000 a coin, regardless of whether they fix these things. But there are three things that are massive catalysts that cause an acceleration. And I don't think that those three things don't take us to 500,000. They take us to 5 million a coin, right?
We don't have to play his whole video. These are the three things. Spot ETF approval. What if they came out of nowhere with an XRP ETF? Banks custody and lend against Bitcoin as collateral. Fair value accounting rules from FASB, which was approved this week. So if they allow it to live, I don't doubt that it can achieve these numbers. But the problem I've always had is that I've always felt if they're lying about knowing who Satoshi is, they have the power to kill this thing at any moment. And so if in the future quantum computing could too. Investors have shipped. See, and here's the other problem I have is while they've got retail going, hey, look, the Bitcoin. Investors have shifted to gold by the most since 2012, driven by central banks' buying spree. You can't ignore what the central banks are doing. That's why Miles Franklin's one of my new sponsors. That's why you can use the code DAI Gold when you email them at info@milesfranklin.com, or you can call 952-929-7006. Don't forget to use the code DAI Gold. They said if you send an email or you call, they'll give you the best pricing, and use my code. So then we've got Apex, the developer conference going on in Amsterdam. Check this out.
I truly believe we are in the digital renaissance.
The best thing we can do is empower other people to work with this technology.
The best builders I know are pragmatic builders. Solving a real problem for people, building something that people genuinely love. The only way you get there is by using the best tools available.
We need you guys to build the future. We need you to tell us what you need. We need you to build things. We need you.
right, there's the first thing from that. Here's Rachel Wolfson from, I believe, Cointelegraph interviewing David Schwartz.
And it's Rachel here. I'm at the Apex Developer Summit in Amsterdam with the one and only David Schwartz, CTO of Ripple.
Hi, Rachel. Great to be here.
Yeah, great to have you here, David. How's it going?
It's going great. I just finished my keynote.
How was that?
Oh, it was awesome. I probably needed a few more jokes, but I got to talk about all the development going on the XRP ledger.
Cool. Anything you can share with us now?
Oh, sure. I talked about the automated market maker. I talked about side chains, hooks, and stability and performance improvements, and the decentralized exchange.
Great, great. And tomorrow we're on stage at 11:05 Amsterdam time to have a fireside chat about all things blockchain, AI, the SEC court ruling.
And I will tell at least one joke, I promise.
Great. Well, I'm excited.
Me too.
All right. Then we had this clip from David Schwartz. Ripple, they sure do put on a good show.
After a nearly 3-year battle with the SEC and the worst Christmas ever, the federal court in the United States has ruled that as a matter of law, XRP in and of itself is not a security. Yeah, that one. You can applaud all you want for that one. Other than Bitcoin, XRP is now the only digital asset with...
Actually, as smart as David Schwartz is, Bitcoin has clarity in the United States. It doesn't have legal clarity. Legal, my understanding, I'm not an attorney, but legal clarity comes from either a lawsuit or Congress passing a law. So Bitcoin has opinion clarity. Bitcoin has what we could call Hinman clarity.
Clarity in the United States. Yeah, I'd apply for that one too.
All right. Then we've got RippleX put out yesterday the XLS, the AMM amendment. This automated market maker has been proposed for XRP Ledger, is available for the amendment voting process. XLS 30 is the first AMM of its kind and is built as a native protocol. And David Schwartz said, one of my favorite XRPL features ever, explained in my keynote at Apex Development Summit, is now open for voting on the mainnet. Anders Zell made a good point. He said, I believe this may be a big thing. Schwartz called the AMM proposal the secret sauce in the past. Not every AMM is the same. Reduces effects of impermanent loss for liquidity providers. All right, and then here's a clip. He did a whole thing, of course, and so here's a clip of David Schwartz from his speech.
Rest of my slot, because that was, that was an incredibly difficult 2.5 years. That was a dark, kind of a little bit of a dark time for us. Other than Bitcoin, XRP is now the only digital asset with regulatory clarity in the United States. Yeah, I'd apply for that one too. So let's talk about some of the innovations. Let's look back at this phenomenal year of building on the ledger, both by RippleX engineers and the developer community. I'm going to cover different ledger updates completed by different teams now. Some done by RippleX, the company I work for, some by XRPL Labs, PureSys, and other members of the community. XLS 38D is an amendment to support cross-chain bridges. This enables interoperability between different networks. The XLS 38D proposed standard will allow tokens from one blockchain to be locked in an account on the XRP ledger, while an equivalent amount of tokens is issued on another blockchain, increasing the use cases and adoption of the XRP ledger. The team has made design changes to XLS 38D to support multiple bridges per door account for libraries, explorers, witness servers, and to improve user experience. I want to take a minute to explain why I think these cross-chain bridges are important.
Okay, I won't play any more of that. We don't want to get too deep in the weeds, but there's a lot going on. Here's looks like they were having a proper developer party. I don't know if I've got music there that's going to be like a copyright issue, so I'll just sit here and let you watch their property. That's David Schwartz right there. Okay, check it out. Yassin Mubarak is over the target right here. Yesterday, just in, JP Morgan Chase is developing a blockchain-based digital deposit token to speed up cross-border payments. And he hit it out of the park with this comment. They delayed XRP for as long as they can. Now the only choice they have is to compete vigorously, let the race for cross-border payments dominance heat up. And I put a little video together just to show everybody who hasn't been around what all has happened. I called this the case for deserving a proper party, just to show you what Ripple has been through and show you the words of Gary Gensler and Tim Draper.
You mentioned Jamie Dimon, so let's bring it back to Jamie and JP Morgan. What do you think is going to be the thing that they will have to change the most or lose market share and somebody else is going to do better, faster, serve their clients better than JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs?
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
But
feel the panic in their voices. But here's what always happens. The first thing that happens is they try to go, oh, it's nothing, and they did that. I mean, that's with every new industry,
Now watch this. I inserted, as he tells you, as Tim Draper gives you the incumbent banker playbook, I inserted all the things that's happened to Ripple over the last few years.
Technology comes along, the powers that be, the incumbents, the status quo, all say, it's nothing. Don't ignore the man behind the curtain. This is nothing.
Here's Jamie Dimon, mocks crypto, says it's a pet rock.
And then all of a sudden it's too big to get in there. They're going, oh my God, I got to face this thing. And then they all line up and they wrap their arms together and they say, we're not letting this happen. And then it keeps going. And then they say, okay, well, let's sue them.
That's one of the investor lawsuits against Ripple.
Or let's go get the government.
There's the FinCEN when they went after Ripple, Katie Hawn.
Another thing they do, they adopt the technology. I think
no, that's at the end.
They will adopt this technology.
No, this is the last thing they do. No,
yeah, it's
after the press planning.
I'll never forget when the price of XRP hit its all-time high. Laura Shin went out on Forbes. Laura Shin, who always hated Ripple and XRP, she's a Forbes contributor, goes out on Forbes and writes this article because she wanted to highlight how rich Chris Larsen was. And I remember at one point David Schwartz saying that he saw this, and this is when he knew we had hit a top, because he didn't say it, but I could tell from what he was saying he knew this was like a hit piece.
They plant the press stories.
And there's Mike Novogratz. He just always seemed to show up in the media, and he'd to say something that would be negative towards XRP. Here he says XRP will underperform immensely again this year.
They put out lawsuits.
There's a Ripple class action lawsuit.
They create as much of a fuss as possible. They try to get their government friends involved.
That's when Jay Clayton and Bill Hinman dropped the lawsuit on Ripple.
And then they go, oh God, this thing's happening.
And then this is when Ripple wins the SEC case. And right after that, you'll see JP Morgan within, let's see, the Ripple win was in July, August, September. By September, which we're in, JP Morgan has announced that it's exploring a blockchain-based deposit token for payments and settlements, which would be something that would compete with what XRP does. And then you have a proper party. So that's my case for the proper party. And then Paul Grewal, who is a Paul Grewal general counsel for Coinbase, He is Paul Graywall.eth, I must remind you. Law that picks winners and losers is bad. Law that picks them before the game is played is even worse. And I said, hey, Paul, how about Bill Hinman's speeches that intentionally give the market the false impression by design that only Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities for the purposes of giving them market dominance? Is that bad? Never heard him comment on that. So, and these were some thoughts I had yesterday. So Ripple gets sued by the SEC. Who benefited? Well, Stellar got the MoneyGram deal that Ripple had. Bitcoin and Ethereum got 3 years of fake clarity from the Bill Hinman speech, and then the same guy and Jay Clayton, who both helped take Alibaba public, they're the ones that made sure the lawsuit went through. All right. Circle, who's backed by Goldman Sachs, got cross-border USDC users on Coinbase. It was sharing that with XRP, and then once the lawsuit dropped, Circle was able to get the USDC monopoly with Coinbase on that. So all of that liquidity for cross-border went to USDC during that time. And by the way, USDC runs on Stellar. Just thought I would point those things out. FBI has officially launched investigation into Grayscale. Earlier this year, Cameron Winklevoss filed a lawsuit against CEO Barry Silbert, accusing him of orchestrating a massive fraud scheme. Then we have this. Commissioner Pham is she says it's time to take action. She's the commissioner at the CFTC. Proposes the first ever U.S. pilot program for digital asset markets as regulatory sandbox to test, gather data, and examine innovations. This creates a safe framework for technologies and market structures under existing regulations and protections. Then we had this interesting little video. I guess I'll play you the first part of it. But this lady comes out of nowhere and says that she needs help from the XRP community. Now, she laid down a lot of things, so I actually retweeted this and I said, don't wait, start today. But here's what she said.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Vischer. I'm an artist. I live in Maine. And I have a story to tell that's really important. I'm hoping the XRP community and the X community can help spread this short video that is just sort of a, hey, can you guys follow me so that when I release all of this information on X, I have a few more followers to get the word out because...
Oh, don't you worry about that.
This is a David and Goliath story.
We like those.
Something
We're used to those.
Happened with Bank of America. And they wanted me to sign an NDA, and I refused. And now it's time to tell you the story of what's happened. Because,
we like NDAs too. We like NDAs expiring, which many of them have not.
I might have to declare bankruptcy and close my business. Thank God it's an LLC. So I just need your help. Can you guys help me?
All right, that's half of it. So we'll see. And I retweeted it. I said, go ahead and start today. Don't wait. You've already got the spotlight. Jennifer, go ahead and start releasing. We want to see it. Why not on a Friday? I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family. Jennifer seems to have something to say. Can't wait to see what. Thanks for listening.